Welcome to Dig Me Up. I am Dr. Sanders, and just in case you're unfamiliar with this segment, this is basically the thing where I sit in front of a camera and let you know that I am alive and talk about some things I thought were interesting this particular month. And we got a few things here, which is pretty cool. So sit back and I'll talk to you about things I saw, I guess. First off, oh my gosh, I totally slept on this show. It is so good. Castlevania the Anime. Oh my goodness. Based off the video game, the series of video games. This show is amazing. I don't even know how to describe it. It's an anime and about, vampires, and it goes into all like the political parts of vampires and lots of blood and super gory and actually pretty sexual at one part. Watched the entire series, all 4 seasons, which is the great thing about binging some of these series, is that you can watch them way after they come out. You watch them all. You don't have to wait at all, because it would have sucked if I had to wait to see any of these. But I think a long time ago I had watched like the first episode and somebody said, oh, it's pretty good. I mean, yeah, it's pretty good, but watching it all, it becomes so great. Here's my quick review. Might do a full length review later because it was that good. There's Dracula, his wife is killed, and he seeks vengeance on the land and wants to kill all humans because of that. Basically, Trevor and Sypha have to stop him, but then there's like a whole bunch of other people who are involved in it, and the animation is really interesting. I don't watch a ton of anime, but I did notice, as a person who really liked animation, it is very good, and it changes throughout the seasons. Like, I think it gets better as it goes, especially some fight scenes. But certain really big epic scenes are animated really, really, really well, like lots of frames and stuff. And then every once in a while they have these scenes that I know that they probably may have been rushed with production or different things, but will have like less frames of animation, so it'll be like a little choppier, but it works because a lot of times it's in the animation that is like battles, where if they just cut the frames a little bit more, then it doesn't seem to affect it as much. The action is still really good, but I did notice it as a person who watches like a lot of animation stuff. As far as voice acting, story, it's awesome. Alucard is so cool, and I love the way they kind of combine a lot of stuff from the games into one, and they kind of mashed it all together. Like, there's a lot of the stories from the video games mashed into here, but it all feels like it belongs together. I can't recommend that enough. Castlevania the Anime series. Watch it. By the way, my recommendation is Season 3 kind of sucks. It's kind of depressing. It's like the most depressing season of the 4. Get past it and then watch Season 4. I wasn't sure about Season 3. It was kind of depressing. And then Season 4, it absolutely is so good. Next up, I'm going to be focusing on a really great movie I saw. A whole series of movies, but this one's really good. It's the Zeman's series of movies. It's the director. I think it's called Carl Zeman. So good. Or Zeman. I don't know how to say it. These are so cool because he combined like 2D art with live action, and he did a lot of animation as well, just straight animation, which is all very good as well. The movie I really want to recommend, and it's like kind of steampunk, but just everything about it is amazing for the time period. It's called Invention for Destruction from 1958. Black and white. I know some people just can't watch black and white movies, but this is super stylized, and I was watching it just in awe of how he combined like 2D art with live action, and every single part of this movie is amazing. If you can't watch the Criterion one, or like whatever the most modern transfer is of it, I'm telling you, this thing is awesome. It's an adaptation of Jules Verne's stories and actually mashes a whole bunch of them together. It's a Czech film, so probably gonna have subtitles. I think there is an English version of it, so there might be like an English dub that you can watch. It was a hit over here. It was brought over here under a different title, but I'm telling you, so good. It's up there with The King and the Mockingbird. Is one of my favorite movies of all time. I mean, it's so unique, so very unique. Totally blown away by it. He also did an adaptation of The Baron Munchausen, another great story and another great adaptation. But I'm telling you, this director is so good. But Invention for Destruction, I really enjoyed it. I think the problem with Baron Munchausen, don't get me wrong, I really like the version of it, and it is a very own thing, but I'm so colored by the Terry Gilliam one. Like, that one's so good, and I really love it, and I love Terry Gilliam, so Terry Gilliam also loved Zimon, so it was the influence, but then I'm so familiar with Terry Gilliam now that, like, yeah, you get it. But I'm telling you, Invention for Destruction, if you can find it, watch it. You probably haven't seen a movie like it ever. So good. So good. This is a weird one. So I was going to watch my copy of Creature from the Black Lagoon from this particular box set, the Universal Monsters, the Essential Collection. And I guess I've never watched the movie for at least this disc from this particular collection. So this comes with like a ton of like cards, and it's honestly a really great collection. It comes with tons and tons of stuff. But when I went to go put it in the player, it said it wasn't reading correctly. So yeah, you can see it has like a lot of different discs, right? Like absolutely great movies. You know, first Dracula, the first two Frankensteins and stuff like that. It was not reading Creature from the Black Lagoon very well, and I was like, what is going on here? Why is it not reading? And so I had a surprise. He might have had this set for a long time, but I guess I've never put this disc in anywhere because it's not even a real disc. It's literally a test print disc that was shipped in the box. It says like, this disc for printing only. How crazy is that? I guess I've had this thing for years, and I guess I just never watched it this way, which is something because I've definitely watched this movie in the time period that I've had this, but this particular one is like, I wouldn't have been able to watch this disc. So how crazy is that? They stuck the test print disc in here. But it's also a bummer because now I gotta get like a set to try and get. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but yeah, it's just, isn't that weird? It's through the test disc. I think it's just weird that in however like 4 or 5 years I haven't looked at that copy of it. I mean, at least that many years. So yeah. Oh, The Wolfman. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, great movie. It's in there. Hotel Transylvania 4. I saw it. I mean, the movie itself is okay. I mean, I thought it was probably worse than the other two or the other three. You know, I don't know what your expectations are of Hotel Transylvania. The thing that's weird about this movie, and I didn't realize it even when I was watching it, is that Adam Sandler didn't come back for this movie to play Dracula, but the character Dracula is still in it. It's a YouTuber who they got to impersonate Adam Sandler's Dracula, and he sounds like exactly the same. Like, I don't hear any difference between, well, maybe a little bit in some scenes, but he does an amazing job, which is crazy because it's Adam Sandler doing a voice and he's able to replicate it. It's so cool. Like I said, the movie itself is okay. I mean, the Hotel Transylvania movies are what they are. Yeah, it was probably a little bit worse than the first three. Yeah, have a replacement for Adam Sandler, and I didn't even know it. Man, that's great. Absolutely great.
Well, it looks like the footage for the rest of this video got all messed up, so I guess I'll cut it here. I did talk about a few of the albums I've been listening to this month, but I'll include that on the next video I do. Got some big projects coming up that I've been working on. I like put in a lot of hours on one of them, and it's a little retrospective thing that, you know, kind of like one of those history things I haven't done in a while, but I'm excited for it. And also my band is wrapping up newest album, so got some bigger stuff coming out for you, and I hope you enjoy everything as always, and make sure to stay spooky.